Robots have moved from the pages of science fiction to reality. Their abilities and features have also moved from the pages of books to reality because modern robots amaze with their skills. But how are they made? How robots for adults are made? How robots that threaten with the rise of machines are produced? And what machines will soon become an integral part of our lives? It's worth finding out. This is Infinity. And in this episode, I'll show you how robots are made. Let's go! Robots for adults look extremely realistic. In general, they repeat all the smallest details of the real human body, and it must be said that their body parameters are perfect. The skeleton, muscles, and skin are all like that of humans. The skeletons, specifically the base of the robots, are either made of stainless steel with secure joints or made of foam, which makes these dolls flexible. A layer of silicone or other polymeric material is placed on top. It all depends on the manufacturers. The main thing is that the material is similar to skin and subsequently even folds or quite realistic nails are made on the body of the robot. In general, the body of the future robot is cast in a mold and carefully extracted. Next, when the base is ready, you need to connect it with the equally important part, the head. A skull is put on the body, eyes are inserted, a silicone face is put on, and a wig is put on. Robots have movable jaws, soft lips, tongues, and even silicone teeth. Then it's just a matter of painting eyebrows, freckles, and makeup. For now, it all just looks like a giant doll for adults, but technology's not standing still. For example, robots for adults with electronic brains and artificial intelligence are appearing on the market. One American company has developed a robotic doll that can smile, blink, and frown. It can remember the owner's hobbies or favorite foods, tell a joke, and more. Personality of the robot can be set up with a computer or mobile app and controlled through a smartphone. The doll can be kinder or conversely more aggressive depending on the owner's wishes. The robot has 18 different personality types and can even act independently depending on the personality type. If the owner wants to make the robot doll a jokester or a modest one, it's all up to him or her. Promobot robot. Promobot is an autonomous robot developed by the company with the same name. It can be a consultant, promoter, administrator, guide, or concierge. In general, it's an excellent option for working in crowded places because live employees can use its help or generally entrust all the work to it. These robots perform their tasks in 40 countries and speak 10 languages. And they're assembled, by the way, in Russia, namely in Perm. Before the production specialists are solving a number of basic problems, namely how the future robot should look like and what functions it'll perform, first the design of the robot and the layout of the devices are developed. And then the action begins. First, metal parts are cut out on the machine, and then they're shaped on the bending machine. Next, all these elements are painted and brought back to continue the process of assembling the frame. Once this step is complete, the framework is sent to install the electronic elements. Engineers install the boards, servos, processor, and wires, connecting all the modules of the future robot. After all the wires and boards are installed, the robot is connected to power. We can say that the stage of its so-called coming to life happens right there. Next is the body. It consists of more than 50 parts, and its plastic goes through thermal vacuum molding. The parts are machined, painted, and mounted on the robot. All this is followed by a crucial stage, testing, during which specialists check the robot's ability to move or the software's performance. In general, they do everything possible to ensure that the robot will function without any problems in the future. By the way, Promobot has already showed itself in action and has even become a hero. For example, in 2017, one of these robots saved a girl from a rack falling on her. But the Promobot company didn't stop there and developed a humanoid robot. It has the appearance, emotions, and facial expressions of a human. In general, there are both male and female versions. For example, a robot was hired at the Perm Multifunctional Public Services Center back in 2020. A robotic girl with blonde hair and brown eyes began to receive visitors. In addition to moving its eyes, eyebrows, lips, communicating, and answering questions, it also scanned documents and generated the necessary applications. The robot then scanned the application that the visitor had already signed and sent it to the Multifunctional Public Services Center information system. The skin for humanoid robots is created in a laboratory from special silicone. First, a matrix is created, from which the artificial skin is then extracted. To make it look like the real one, workers have to wear makeup. They shouldn't forget about the hairstyle, eyelashes, and eyebrows. Each hair of the humanoid robot is inserted manually, so this production process alone may take several days. Then, when the face is completely finished, the specialists are tasked with pulling all that skin onto the finished frame head. By the way, there are 29 movable modules in the head of each robot, which help facial expressions to resemble that of a human. In the near future, the company plans to make robots as realistic as possible. They intend to expand the range of emotions and make the skin and eyes look exactly like the real ones. Linguists are also involved in the work because they add new languages, improve the vocabulary and understanding of the words that are already in the database. Digit. Digit is a medium-sized humanoid robot. It has no realistic skin, nor does it have a head as such. However, it has a LiDAR instead, and there are 2 stereo cameras on its torso to track obstacles around it. The robot has 2 arm grips and 2 legs, allowing it not only to step forward but also up and down the stairs. Digit is a direct descendant of Cassie, which has been under development for the past decade. Cassie is a dynamic walking robot that can traverse through rough terrain and overcome obstacles. In contrast, Digit has a pair of arms, which means that the robot can perform 2 dynamic actions simultaneously. Digit can carry a load of up to 18 kilograms, so it can be used in various areas: internal logistics in a warehouse, parcel delivery, as well as in areas such as telepresence, production control in a factory, and inspection monitoring of various infrastructure. iCub. Several years ago, scientists and engineers from an Italian institute presented a unique development: a humanoid robot which was given the working title iCub. The robot resembles a child in terms of its height and appearance. Moreover, its level of development and learning ability correspond to that of a 3-year-old baby. The robot is equipped with sensors that allow it to see, hear, and feel touch. The robot is able to distinguish people, name and remember objects, and talk about what they have in common or distinguish them. An interesting feature is also the ability to get out of mazes. The baby robot can pick up objects, lift them above the floor or other surface level, touch things, and determine their properties. Robot Chef. Good news for those of you who don't like to spend hours standing at the stove. The British company, Moley Robotics, has introduced a robotic chef that cooks using hands designed in the likeness of human hands. 2 robotic arms are suspended above the kitchen stove, oven, work surface, and sink. The hands themselves are a highly complex system which includes 20 motors, 24 joints, and 129 sensors that are needed to recreate the movements of a human chef. This allows the robot to prepare almost any dish because these robotic arms can turn on the oven and the stove, raise and lower pots and spatulas, stir, whip and flip food, and even wash dishes. Gita. Tired of carrying heavy things in your hands? The cargo robot can relieve you of this necessity, as it can carry up to 20 kilograms of weight. Gita, the robot, constantly follows its owner using visual sensors. If a person stops, Gita also stands until the person continues on their way. The maximum speed of the robot is 13 kilometers per hour. The only thing is that the robot is designed to move on flat surfaces. It can climb slopes of up to 16 degrees, but stairs are an insurmountable obstacle for it. Sophia. Many people must have heard of the robot Sophia. It's known for its humanoid appearance and statements. For example, in 2016, in an interview, it promised to destroy humanity in the near future, but luckily changed its mind a year later. Sophia was created in 2015 and comes from Hanson Robotics Company in Hong Kong. In 2021, the company announced plans to mass-produce such robots. Sophia's skin is made of a patented material called frubber, developed by the company itself. It's a kind of elastic rubber that feels like human skin. Beneath this rubber, there are miniature motors responsible for emotions. It blinks, smiles, rounds its eyebrows, frowns, and moves its neck and head according to the words it says or hears. Sophia is improving itself all the time, learning new words and learning the world around it. Perhaps soon, such robots will be used in many spheres in human life. That's all, guys. Would you like robots to become an integral part of our daily life? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you later.